Can you buy the company and not the real estate? I'm Tim Diesel, commercial real estate consultant. Today I want to give you guys a little tip that is really going to benefit many of you, and if you use it properly, it'll really help accelerate your career. So there's many times that, and let's suppose we're looking at a 15-unit apartment building or a small retail building or something just an average person would own. Nothing crazy, doesn't have to be. There's a couple things you're going to notice. Most people that own real estate, they own it in an LLC, right? They open it in a company of some sort. It doesn't happen very often where you're going to see it's owned by John Smith, right? It's John Smith Ventures, LLC, or something along those lines. Now, I started figuring this out when I used to mail to a lot of property owners. Most of them were LLCs. Every time I'd look up something, I would see there's companies, and then I'd have to go through the companies and find out who owns those companies and so on and so forth. So it took a while. Now, this is what you can do. Rather than buying the actual asset, you can buy the company. And anything the company owns is kind of yours. It's kind of up for grabs, right? So let me break this down a little bit more. If you have bought a business before, there's an asset purchase and there's a stock purchase. Think of it that way. It's a little bit different, but I want you to, kind of use that concept. So let's simplify this. The 15-unit building, if I want to buy it from you, I'm going to have to go through financing, all that fun stuff, right? Same process that you go through. I buy the building and title transfers from your company to my company. Now, what if I just bought or took over the shares in your company? That means I own everything that your company owns. Now, sometimes if they own multiple properties, I've had a tough time with this because they don't want to transfer their properties around. But many times you can just take over the company, and you can do this creatively where it will really make things a lot easier for you. And you can do this. There's so many different ways you can get creative with this, and it'll really help you with financing, and it really does help you with putting a lot of deals together. There's definitely an easier way, but I don't want to get too far into the details. I just want to put this thought in your head and kind of expand your minds a little bit. If you are looking at a retail building, a medical building, whatever it is, most of the time, even in a 30, 40 unit apartment buildings, most of the time they're owned by LLCs, companies, whatever, how many partners, maybe there's 3 partners, could be 2, could be 1. Many times it's single user LLCs, right? It doesn't have to be a bunch of people. And if you are working on buying someone's retail building and you don't want to go through the rigmarole of the traditional financing, you can take over their company, and everything their company has is now yours. And this does a couple of things, and I don't want to make this video to tell you how to do that. I want to make this video to give you ideas of different ways you can strategize. If you do it that way, it really saves you a lot of headache, traditional bank financing. Because going through a bank most of the time is going to be what? You're 20, 25% down, doesn't qualify, assets, appraisals, all that fun stuff. You still have to do that. You're just doing it a little bit differently. So it gives you a lot more ability to work with owner financing. You can move things around a little bit more. You can be a little more creative. And depending on what they have, depending if you want to get into transfer of collateral, depending on how you want to move things around, start implementing some of these strategies. Start, looking at them out there. And there are different ways of doing things. Don't just keep things very black and white. Especially right now, there's a lot of competition out there. You really got to separate yourself. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any more questions on it, please let me know. I'll be glad to help you. Thank you.